I lived in the Chateau Marmont for about 10 months one time while I was shooting Joe versus the Volcano. First morning I called room service and ordered some cappuccino and a croissant. Nice waiter comes up. "Where would you like your cappuccino, sir?" And he lays it all out for me. Cut to 10 months later, same waiter, "Here's your cappuccino." I'm John Patrick Shanley.
I'm Beau Williman.
I'm Susan Laurie Parks.
I'm Tony Kushner. I went to LA the first time Gordon Davidson wanted to do Angels in America.
I started out in the theater. I made a vow to myself that I wasn't going to set foot in the city limits of Los Angeles unless I was arriving with a job. I wrote a play called Farragut North, and then I got that Cinderella phone call.
I had written a screenplay called Five Corners, and Tony Bill optioned the screenplay, and he asked me to come out to Los Angeles to spend some time together, really just so that I could make friends with Los Angeles.
Warner Brothers wanted to option it for a movie. They were talking about George Clooney and Leo DiCaprio producing. You have to remember, I had not had a single production of anything. I went from complete and utter soul-crushing obscurity to a lot of people telling me that they loved my work, and I wanted to say, where were you the past 6 or 7 years?
He said, "If it's okay with you, I was hoping to take you on my yacht to Catalina tomorrow for abalone." I didn't find anything to complain about for the entire trip. He was very nice to me.
It was the first time I'd ridden in first class on a plane, on an airplane, because they were, some studio was paying for it. So I was really, really nervous because I was the only black person in first class. So I'm standing there, and I thought, oh, I just wish another black person were in first class. And Denzel Washington walks on the plane, and he sits up in the corner where he always does. So, so I just did what he did. I just sit back and put my hood on.
I was a Navy brat. I lived all over, but I moved here when I was 17, and I've never left. I've been here over 20 years now, and I'll probably kick the bucket here. This is my home. I love LA. I love being there. You can't knock the sunshine and the ocean air. I've got a lot of friends there, but there's something to New York for me. I feel like every day I can walk out the front door and something might happen that I've never experienced.
Well, I remember I was part of an official delegation to the Soviet Union the year before it fell for the Writers Guild of America. And it was a group of writers that included Larry Kasdan and Paul Schrader, Jules Epstein and William Goldman, and also Ernie Lehman. And Larry Kasdan asked him one day, he's like, "Ernie, why did you stop making movies?" And he said, "Well, I was in New York and I was doing good, and then at a certain point it made sense to move to Los Angeles, and I moved there, and one day I just stopped having ideas." And every writer was like, they were listening to the scariest story. They were like, "No." I don't know that would happen to me, but there is certainly something about the adversity of New York.
It can be a tough city, but if you arm wrestle with it, it turns into an embrace, and it feeds you in a way that no other city does, in my experience.
Stimulating, whether you want stimulation or not.
Do you read them? I mean,
I know. I'm famous for saying I don't. The last one I did, I sat on the park bench with my mother because someone told me they don't write them like this often. I mean, what did in Tennessee Williams? You'll know this quotation.
I know Edward Albee's thing.
Oh, okay. Well,
the only thing I've ever learned from drama critics is how long my play is going to run.
Well, I remember there's a Tennessee Williams quotation which says a great review, an awful review, they kind of produce the same thing. You're crushed, you're elated. It's kind of this up and down thing that we get on it when we depend on them.
Nice. Beats the sharp stick in the eye. I think it's again something you should really, and it's really nice to win, or to be nominated is also nice. And you should also remember that some very, very great artists have spent a lot of time in obscurity or never got recognized, and that it doesn't define anything. I have to because of who I'm married to. And he makes me.
Really, does he make you?
Not all of
Mark make
them.
you?
There are some of them. I get it. I won't say which ones. And the Oscars, I have to watch. It's like a religious. I make him come to the Seder, and he makes me sit and watch the Oscars.